Here is the secret to a life of happiness. Love what is. Whatever life delivers, find a way to love it, even the unlovable, and your life will be magnificent. If you can find grace, as this man has today, as this woman have, within yourself from your worst experience, then maybe your worst experience has become your best. There's no question we're all going to experience injustice. The only question is, what will you do with it? Will you become the victim or the victor? And the way you become the victor is you overcome it. You don't justify it, you don't support it, but you know that if you have 100% responsibility, it wasn't for the event you're responsible for, it's responsible what you're going to do with it. Everything in our life is a blessing, even the unconscionable, even the unjust, even the unimaginable. And we've come together here to free ourselves, to put the oxygen mask on ourselves so we truly can give that to those we love. Every moment of your life, you're answering 3 questions. First question is, what are you going to focus on? So the most powerful decision we make, and most of us don't make it consciously, is what are we going to focus on? We don't focus on everything. We focus on a small number of things, and that's what we experience in life. Because you could be focusing right now on the blood rushing through your left ear or the touch of your clothes against your skin, but you don't. Most of what your brain does is distort, delete, and generalize. That makes life simple. And the problem is when you distort, delete, and generalize, you miss a lot of your life. And focus, write down, equals feeling. Whatever you focus on, you're going to feel, even if it's not true. If I asked you, there are 2 things you could focus on, what you have or what's missing. Which one do you spend more time focusing on? If your brain is constantly focusing on what's missing, how can you ever sustain happiness no matter how successful you become? It is impossible. What happens when you focus on what you have? You feel alive. You feel no scarcity. You feel joy. How many of you have lots of things in your life that if you focused on it, you could feel grateful for, you could feel excited about? How many got lots of things like this now? Say I. But it doesn't exist unless you focus on it. And we all have patterns of focus. Do you tend to focus more on what you can control or what you can't control, what's outside your control? What is someone going to feel who's constantly focused on what's missing and what they can't control? Sad, frustrated, angry, depressed? So why are they still depressed? Because they're still focusing on what's missing. And they're focused on what they can't control. And I'll add one more. Do you tend to focus more on things from the past, the present, or the future? We all do all 3. But if you're going to spend your predominant time and you want enjoyment, it's the present. If you want to create a great life, it's the future. So it's a balance between the present and future. These 3 patterns alone can change your whole life. The second question is, what does this mean? Because the minute you focus on something, you have to give it a meaning. Is this the end or the beginning? Is God punishing me? That's why this problem happened? Is God challenging me? Or is this problem a gift from God? See, if you think it's the end of a relationship, are you going to feel the same way, act the same way as if you think it's the beginning of a relationship? Yes or no? No. The meaning changes the answer to the third question, which is, what am I going to do? Because meaning equals emotion. Whatever you give a meaning, you're going to have a feeling. If you think God is punishing you, you're going to have a very different feeling from that meaning than if you think God is challenging you or this problem is a gift from God. These 3 questions are happening every moment of your life. And if you're not careful, they take control of you. We are the people that create the quality of our life. We got to change what's going on here and here. Life challenges us when we stop growing. Life gives us a challenge to make us grow. The challenge is here now. The story of our life is not the story we lived. The greatest story of life is the comeback. It's when everything is down. We're all taken to our knees at times. COVID and things like this have taken everybody to the knees at some point. It's not where we are, it's where we choose to go now. And our lover can guide us, along with our magician, along with our warrior. And there's one more part of you, the sovereign, the king, the queen, the part of you that has been through all these battles and that knows the battles aren't what matter. You will win this war. That you are a person who has so much life experience that when you pull it back together, you can create something new. It's time to stop managing your circumstances and start to become the creator of your life once again. That means making decisions that you're uncertain about, but you're going to find a way. Or if that doesn't work, you'll change your approach and find a new way. You will find a way when you bring all these parts together.